Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 68. Hopefully, everyone is well and had a lovely week. Denny, how's your week been, mate? Been decent?
Been a busy week. Busy week with no job. No longer killing myself on a roof, which is nice. So yeah, just adjusting to that really, and hopefully, maybe I've been teasing everyone on my stories, making the return to stage. It's
Ba-ba-ba.
not going to be next year. Like no one. Zach keeps messaging me every time I post something about it. He's like, "Oh, I called it. I called it." It's like, mate, it's not happening next year. But yeah, so just kind of trying to get into a bit of a new routine. I can kind of have a bit more because I start at 8, so I get a bit more time to my mornings. I don't have to like shoot off. I can get to the gym for about 6, and then it's literally round the corner for me. So it's ideal. But my shifts will probably change soon. So kind of got to get used to not having a routine with my shifts at the same time. So, but yeah, no, it's been pretty good, nice and productive. Not too much to report other than that. I don't think I'm injured anymore. My shoulder feels pretty good, so I'll probably get injured tomorrow.
What's kind of giving you the itch again for stage? Like, is it seeing other people competing, or is it just like you've taken a bit of time away, things have changed, and
I
what
don't
is
know, I
it?
think like given that a whole year has passed, I always said I would compete again, but obviously now one whole year, and obviously it's kind of flooded my memories on my phone quite a bit. Like this time last year, you was peeled. So yeah, and obviously yeah, seeing some other people compete as well. It's nice to see some changes to the federations and just the improved standard, but I do need more time. Like I need more productive time. Whilst I have been relaxed, I wouldn't also then say it's been like the most productive in terms of like an off season because I've been dealing with injuries, in and out of bits of work, coaching, etc. So it's not been. I know it's never linear, but it's I haven't had this like right. Let's just push body weight up for myself for X amount of months. So I need probably 6 to 8 months of directly doing that before I even consider. I wouldn't want to do it any other way because I would probably just land in the same position because I think I have probably lost a little bit of muscle just through training around injuries. My strength's definitely not there. So while strength isn't an indicator of muscle always, it also does kind of link up sometimes. Like I go into some movements, I'm like, how did I ever move 10 kilos, 15 kilos more? So there's something that has changed. Obviously, my food's not as high at the minute either. So yeah, I need a bit of time, so it's going to be likely 2028 or at a push late 27, but I'm not really committing to that just yet. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think if you go again, you'll have to probably go at the back end of the year where there's more shows
yeah,
available because you're obviously not a novice anymore,
yeah,
so you can't do any of like first timer shows, novice shows.
yeah,
So you just have more opportunity at the back end of the year. There's so many shows, mate, at the back end of the year, like from early September to like mid October. There's like a show every single
yeah,
weekend, like Natty shows as well. Like there's
yeah,
so many, and obviously you've got the big hitters as well.
yeah. And then for me as well, I wouldn't just want to go on stage to look the same. I'd
Yeah,
want to go on stage and be like, okay, there's clear improvements. Yeah, it's not going to be like night and day, but I want to go, be like, do you know what? It was worth having that time off because I've made improvements to my posing, whatever it is, the size. It'd be nice to be a little bit heavier, but realistically, you're never really going to be that much heavier
yeah,
unless you're taking like 5+ years in between shows. So yeah, just improve where I was, but at the same time, still enjoy my life up until that point. Not to say that you can't enjoy life, but I've prioritized more enjoyment, what I consider enjoyment outside of bodybuilding, because I do enjoy bodybuilding, but I want to enjoy some other things that you can't do 100% whilst you're trying to be 100% at bodybuilding,
yeah,
which I
yeah,
think a lot of people do get conflicted with. They're like, oh, I have to do one or the other. You don't. You can change your priorities as you kind of evolve, I guess. Like there was once a time where I'd be like, no, I don't want to do anything other than bodybuild. And then now I'm in a position where I'm like, do you know what? I still live the lifestyle, just not to the degree of like 99 to 100%.
yeah. I think like as well, we always talk about like that dial, so to speak, on you max out the dial in a prep and then in off seasons. Everyone's different in off seasons. Some people need to put it back further than others to
Yeah,
keep that enjoyment and just keep consistent.
yeah,
For me, I'm pretty regimented within an off season, but that's how I like to do things,
yeah,
and that's where I get enjoyment. But some of the people, even my clients who are competitors, they will pull back that dial a little bit and they'll have more
Yeah,
flexibility, and that's completely fine as well because it's bodybuilding's a time game, right? As long as you can be consistent over years,
yeah,
that's where you can be making the most amount of progress, not months. Like a lot of people, they come out of shows or they just get into bodybuilding and they think I need to be this 100% robot for X amount of time, and they end up just despising the lifestyle out of it and they end up just having a bad experience, which I think we've discussed on this podcast before about people coming
yeah,
out of it with a bad experience. But yeah, I think people just need to understand that when you are in that situation or you're in an off-season setting, find, I hate the word balance because it's not balanced, but find that kind of equilibrium where it's going to keep you consistent,
yeah,
but also you're going to be able to make progress.
yeah. It's finding your balance because my balance is completely different to your balance.
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't mean that we can't both progress. You'll probably progress at a higher rate, but then at the same time, you'll have two different people, one who's 100% and one who's 80%. That 80% person could progress more because they're just genetically wired to make more progress. Like,
Yeah.
it's not always a case of, oh, I do more, so I get more. Some people are lucky, some people are unlucky, like whatever it is, it's just one of those things. So, yeah, at the minute, I'm just cruising, not with anabolics.
I feel like when your training like really starts to pick up again and you get like a
Yeah,
really swift
that's
routine,
another
like,
thing. That's
you'll
another
be in a
thing.
good spot.
Because I feel like I can't train that 100%. If I'm like slamming food behind me and trying to put on body weight, or I'm just gonna get disheartened with it because I can't get stronger because I'm fighting around injuries all the time. For me, I just need to get to that point where I'm like, my body's not hurting anymore because it's been probably 6 months of I've had something in some degree. Most of it's my shoulder because I kept hurting the same shoulder. So yeah, once I'm in a position where I'm like, do you know what? I'm now progressing and not just getting back to where I was. I'm now kind of exceeding that. Then yeah, I'll probably be like, right, okay, let's turn up the dial a little bit
Yeah.
because then it becomes more enjoyable. It's not going to be enjoyable for me because I can't progress in my training.
Yeah, you kind of get that reward for your payment, so to speak, in
Yeah,
terms of that consistency and that kind of
exactly.
maxing that dial. You get that reward back within progress, within those small wins, within training and stuff like that. You know, I completely resonate with that. If my training was poor, and I've had stints where my training has been poor, and it definitely outside the gym affects you as well,
Yeah,
because it makes you sometimes not think to yourself, what's the point? But sometimes you can make those little kind of judgments that are
yeah.
like, well, my training's not the greatest at the moment, and it all kind of
Yeah,
falls
it
apart from there,
snowballs
right?
from there, and then guess what? Then maybe your nutrition doesn't go as planned, or your
Yeah,
routine goes out the window, and then you're like, oh well, what's the point in all of it? Because it slowly just starts falling apart.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, from a nutrition standpoint, like I'm pretty consistent with that. Like today, I was in the van. I was getting my meal in no matter what. I was scratching around in the van, like, what can I eat this meal with? I'm not
forgot this
eating
bloody
it with a
fork.
knife, a plastic knife, because it was just mince and rice. So I just pulled apart my cutlery holder, which should have had the cutlery in it, and used that as a spoon instead. So if anyone saw me, I was in the middle of nowhere, just like munching down.
Needs must, right? You just want it
Exactly.
so bad, bro.
I do. I just want it so bad.
You just want that progress so bad.
Yeah. What about you? How's your week been? Any
Yeah, it's been
updates?
good.
Things?
It's been good, mate. It's been good. Busy week. Obviously, I had the UKDFBA show on the weekend with Will, and I feel pretty trashed as well. So
Yeah.
I've taken a deload from today. Taking 4 days off. So I think I just burnt the candle on all ends. Like I've
Yeah.
had 13 weeks of productive training. Apart from that stint when I got gastritis, which was like 6 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
But of course, when you're ill, you're not recovering like you would normally,
Yeah.
right? So I kind of then went straight back into gym, got straight back into things, and then with the past like few weeks of just being at shows every single weekend, it's just been like so much travel, no stopping, no kind of downtime really in evenings or anything
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, I think I messaged AJ yesterday and I was like, mate, I can't lie to you, I'm fucked. Like, didn't get back to the from the UKDFBA show Sunday at it was 12:30, I believe we got home.
What
Will
time?
wasn't on stage till 9 p.m., mate. It was the
Why are they
second to
doing?
last class on.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a long show. I'll do a little bit.
Was it scheduled for that time?
So they had something like 32 classes on the
Okay.
day, and they started at 11 a.m. So the first class, well, we had got Will to get an Uber to the venue because he had to register at 9:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
So he got an Uber. We went and trained in Coventry. We were staying in Leicester, so we drove to Coventry, trained, then got to the venue, and they were only on the first class.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So and the show started at 11. So there was like 17 people in that class. And then they had to go through all the classes, and it just was like a very long day.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think they planned for it to be that long.
No. I mean, if you've got 32 classes, 11, let's say you went on stage at 9, that's three classes an hour
Yeah. Well, the first class took
back to
45
back.
minutes.
There you go. As soon as you
But
one's behind, then yeah.
yeah. One thing they do really well at the UKDFBA, and I really like it, is how they give you time on stage. Like I feel like every person that competed at the UKDFBA will be kind of grateful for the amount of time they got on stage because they
Yeah.
didn't rush through classes. They didn't want to rush anyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes in pose downs, with the pose down music, they were just extending it. They were like, "Oh, let's go again," like because they were
Yeah.
just trying to like build the atmosphere, and it was really good. Like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I just think that potentially they need to start earlier to if they're going to put all those classes on one day.
Yeah. Because unfortunately for the people at the end, you're probably gonna flag a little bit,
Yeah, yeah. Like
especially if you've been there all day.
Will was telling me, like he was like, "I'm usually in bed by now,"
Yeah. Like to
and
get
I'm
your
like, "Me
body
too,
pumped
mate."
up at 9 p.m., like it's your body's still gonna do what it needs to do, but probably not to as good as it could have been like at midday, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a little bit kind of like unfortunately he had to go on stage at that time. But mate, what I've got to say, what a fucking show.
Yeah.
It was, oh mate, like the standard across that show for an early show in the season where it's not British finals, it's not a kind of late season qualifier. The standard was very, very high. I think every single class had like at least a couple of individuals in those classes where you're like, fucking hell, like they're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a couple of shout outs is Harry Brown, who trains in our gym.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
plays fourth in teens. He looks really,
Right.
really good. I've also got to say, mate, the fucking teens that are coming out at the moment.
Oh, it's a
When I went,
joke, isn't it?
yeah, when I went to the WNBF last year with the one that Owen won, the British finals or the Supernaturals, whatever they call it, I was like, fucking hell, these teams are good. And then I went to UKDFBA the week after the show I competed in, and I was like, these teams are good. And then this year, all of a sudden, the standard just keeps on growing.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking hell, where are these kids coming from?
I
So
feel like
yeah,
there's maybe something in the water because there
there
wasn't
must
that
be.
sort of thing in the water when I was doing it.
Yeah, literally, mate, literally. Well, you think about the amount of information they have right now, and you have
Yeah.
teams getting coaches at a very young age, and they're getting
Yeah.
exposed to the
Well, it's not
sport and
just that,
how to do it
it's
right.
obviously there's maybe those physiques were a thing, obviously, when we were younger, but there was less exposure to bodybuilding. So those people that had those physiques probably didn't even know about
Yeah,
bodybuilding or competing. So they just went about. They're probably now like the freaks that we look at when they're like 25, 30.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was a great show. So shout out to Harry, he did really well. He looked really good as well, and
Yeah.
he placed fourth in the teens. So yeah, that was a really, really good class. Juniors was a great class as well, and then just the open bodybuilding was fantastic. I was looking at the middleweights and I was like, fuck, like that's my class, and
Yeah.
I would have got smoked. And then the heavies as well, mate. The guy who won the heavies, I can't remember his name. It's like Adamola or something like that.
Was that
I
the guy
posted
that
him on my story.
where Finn comes second?
Yeah,
That guy. Yeah.
that guy, mate, was ridiculous. Like he
Yeah.
arguably could be one of the best natural bodybuilders on the planet right now. He was huge. Just unfortunately, he could do with being a little bit sharper.
Okay.
And I think Finn pushed like Finn's not a small guy,
Yeah.
but that guy has like I can
Well,
imagine that guy is close to like 95 kilos on stage, right? And I think Finn's just like around 80 kilos.
yeah.
So if he's got like 10, 15 kilos on Finn, and Finn was pushing him as well, like
Yeah.
because Finn was very sharp, and his overall presentation was really good. It was like his tan was good, his glaze was good.
Yeah.
It was like a good battle, but I think when you have someone with that size,
Yeah. As long as
it's
they're
just
not out
hard
of
to look
shape, like
over.
it's gonna get pipped to
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah, it's just like you have a freak turn up at a show, and I was talking to AJ as well, and we've kind of all been in those classes before where you have a freak turn up. I remember AJ telling me about his 2021 season, or 2020 season, and I was like, yeah, it's like me last year when I had to compete against that Kai guy who's like 110 kilos German guy, and I literally was walking on stage and the stage was vibrating whilst he was walking. And I'm like, these freaks just exist out of nowhere, like.
It's like, why am I here? Because I ain't winning.
Yeah, yeah, literally. I remember when that guy guy came into the pump up room actually at PCA, and everyone just stopped pumping up and just looked. And he came running in like 5 minutes before we were meant to go out, and we are all like,
It probably
"Fuck."
did for like 4 weeks as well.
Yeah, he was mental. But yeah, great show. Physique class was good. Obviously, I had Will in novice physique. Very, very happy with how he displayed himself. The main goal for this show was just to make sure he goes out there and is confident and doesn't do a UKUP where he kind of lost his composure a lot. But he was
Yeah,
very composed. He looked very natural up there as well. And just the reality is for Will is he just needs a bit more muscle to be competitive in these classes. So
yeah,
we was going to do the WMBF this weekend. He's unfortunately got a stomach infection this week, which
yeah,
is not good. So we obviously started we brought him back down a little bit to baseline food on Monday.
yeah.
Midway through Monday, I was like, I don't feel too good. My stomach's like a bit bloated and everything. And then Tuesday, he started being sick and stuff like that. And it got to yesterday, and we were like, okay, mate, like this is getting to a point now where
You
if you're
can't pull
not,
him, yeah.
yeah, if you're not 100% by now, and we're going to have to try and put food in to peak you,
Yeah,
and it's just not going to hold, it's not going to stick, then it's just not going to result in a good look. And
yeah,
I think with the way he came off on stage at the UKDFBA, he was really positive. Even though he didn't place, he was like, I'm really happy with how I kind of showed myself, presented myself. I got everything that I wanted to get out of the show because that was my main goal. And I was like, I think we should better off just leaving this on a really good note of your prep, like a positive note where you've had a good stage experience. You've proven that you can go up there and present yourself well. We
yeah,
know what you need to improve upon. We kind of knew that already heading into the UKDFBA that he needs more muscle.
yeah,
So we're like, right, let's end it on a positive note, start reversing, and there's no point putting him in a show where he's not going to be 100%
yeah,
himself.
of course.
It just do more damage than good, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a good weekend, great show. Actually, had a couple of people come up to me and say they listened to the podcast, so that was pretty
Me.
cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Literally, I was like, because sometimes we do this, and I'm like, no one listens to this,
Yeah.
but people actually do.
I mean, let's just put it this way. Even the numbers aren't big, obviously Spotify and YouTube. If we add them together and just have it as every time we upload an episode, I don't know, 100 plus between the
Yeah,
two. If you just put 100 people in front of us every single time we're talking, that's quite a lot of people.
yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't look like it when you look at like YouTube views. Oh, 50 people viewed it. So is that it? But there's still 50 people that are listening.
Yeah, it's mad because then like you walk past people you're standing there chatting with them, they're like, oh yeah, I listen to your podcast, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's sick. Like, so yeah,
yeah,
anyone who came up to me, really do appreciate that because obviously we've tried to be as consistent as we possibly can with this podcast, but it is nice to know that people are listening, and obviously like people that I've never really spoken to before as well,
yeah,
so they listen, so that was really really cool.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
we've had a pretty good run in with it. Was it a year and a half?
yeah, well, I mean, 68 episodes is pretty decent,
Yeah.
like.
There's not many podcasts that start very, very small that continue.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
considering the years that we both prepped last year as well and still
yeah,
managed to keep it going.
yeah. I think we was
Um,
more consistent when we was both in prep.
yeah, probably.
There was just nothing better to do.
Yeah, literally. It was kind of just easy therapy at that point.
Yeah. Means I
Um,
could sit down for an hour.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was a great show. Got the WMBF this weekend, which I am very excited for. Roshan actually asked the question. He's like, any news for the WMBF? So basically, we had a scenario where I saw Finn, and I was like, you could probably compete next weekend.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. I was like, I would say he's about, for the condition that I know he can get into and how fresh his physique is, I'd say he's like 90%. But I'm like, this is a first timer show. You're all going to be in the same boat. You're all going to be first timers. Like, you might as well kind of get the nerves out there with everyone else who's going to be in the same position.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've just thrown him into the WMBF UK. So he's going to be in juniors, first timers juniors tall, I believe.
Okay.
I would assume he's in tall. I don't think he'll meet the short cap. But they'll height them on the day and then split them. So
Yeah, it depends who turns up because you could
yeah,
have a bunch of tall people.
yeah. But
Or
usually you don't have loads of tall bodybuilders, right? Like, so yeah, that'll be exciting. His first show of the season, just casually at 8 weeks out. So 8 weeks out of a warm up as well.
he looks ridiculous as well.
He does look very good. He does look very good. Yeah, I was not. The problem is, I kind of had a go at him when he came in the gym because I saw him and I was like, mate, your pictures do not resemble what you look like right here. I was like, you need to sort because he sends me like very harsh lighting, but it's like side on, not even side on like lighting, but it's like natural lighting that's been shut by a curtain, and it's just very dark. And I
Yeah,
was like, right, I can see all the detail, and these are checking shots that he's been sending me in the same spot for like years, so it's never
yeah,
really changed. But then when I saw him like in the hallway at the gym, which is actually good lighting, I was like, fucking hell. I was like, you are a lot leaner than what I thought you was. I was like, that's why I need to see you in person, bro. So when I hassle you to see you in person, please come
yeah,
and see
yeah,
me.
yeah. Because
Um,
it does like obviously now you've got that comparison. You know what the photos look like compared to real life, so you can have that. I guess just comparison to the two. So now when he sends checking shots where he normally sends them, you can have a oh, but that's actually a lot leaner than he
yeah.
was this time. So you've now got that reference point basically.
Yeah, so like
Whereas
if he sends me checking shots and he looks very lean in that light, in his own lighting, he's probably going to be peeled out his brain in decent lighting. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm
if you
excited for
can
him.
see the outline of his skull in his photos, he's on to a good one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited for him. He's a good lad, and I've been working with him for 2 years now, and we've been working towards this prep. So yeah, it'd be nice for him to get on stage. And I literally just said to him, "Do you want to compete next weekend?" And he was like, "If you think I'm ready, I'll do it." And he's buzzing about it as well. I think the nerves will probably hit him on the day or maybe the night before, but I'm traveling up to see
I
him.
mean, he
I'll
seems like
say,
a pretty chill guy, so maybe it would just walk on stage, but right, this is what I'm doing.
yeah, maybe. I think because he's obviously known he's going to prep this year for so long. It's
Yeah,
been literally like years in the making. He's
yeah,
been practicing his posing for years on end. He's been working with Toby as well on his posing.
yeah,
So I think he's just very ready to compete now. Just obviously he's competing like now and he's going all the way into October. So it's a case of managing that, which could be a bit of a
let's
challenge
just
if he
say
comes in.
hypothetically he does well, or you're like, do you know what? We're actually in better condition than I thought we was. Would you potentially just shift the end of his season to now?
I think with so when I look to him, that there's a thing that you can kind of tell when people's physiques look fresh and when they start to look a little bit stressed. His physique is lean and it looks super fresh.
Yeah,
And I know with him, he's got a little bit more to come off his glutes and hamstrings, which I know he can get off as well.
yeah,
And there's a couple of little areas where I'm like, yeah, we could probably get a little bit more off here or there. Like I said, he's probably about 90, 95%. So it's just very slow and steady now until
yeah,
those last shows. The only problem is there's not many shows in June or
yeah.
August.
It depends on the calendar, doesn't it? So
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a branch. And I know he wants to do the MBW as well. So
yeah,
that's the very last show of the year, pretty much. That's mid-October. So yeah, it's going to be just a cautious branch, I think.
yeah. I mean, I guess doing this gives you a bit of feedback, gives you a bit of data to work with, and then if you need to, you can pull back a little bit and then get him to be even sharper for the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Should
He
be
will
good.
be skinned by the end of the year, which I'm very excited for. It was a bit funny as well because we only found out we're doing the show about 4 days before. So we only found out on Wednesday because we had to message the WMBF and get him in and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we had to wait for a cancellation to come through and things. So yeah, grateful for the WMBF to obviously get him in because yeah, they usually have to enter 12, 14 days before. So
Yeah. And where is this one?
Luton, it's
Lewin.
the same venue that you competed at,
Yeah.
which is a great venue as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Good. It'll be
Another
good.
good weekend ahead, hopefully.
It's like a carbon copy of last year, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Mate,
There
I've
you
been
go.
to so many shows this year. Last year, I was like, at this point, I only had two shows, and they were both you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at this point already, like this will be my sixth show in 5 weeks. Like, it's mental. Like,
There's plenty more to come.
yeah, there literally is as well. I got one client show in August, which was meant to be a warm up for Finn
Yeah.
and Zach, and then it's pretty much all the UKDFBAs, WMBF, MBW. So there's quite a few, maybe five. So yeah, busy one
Nice.
ahead.
Busy one.
Busy one.
Wouldn't have it any other way, I'm sure.
No, I'm enjoying it, mate. I'm enjoying it, but I need this deload to take that much.
Yeah.
I need it.
Ooh.
Cool. Should we jump into some questions?
Let's rule our many, many questions that we definitely don't have.
I can't even ask some of these.
Yeah, one of them's borderline. Oh, talking of Will, he's just posted.
Big man. Um,
I'll read that properly afterwards.
what's this? Oh, Lisa's asked, how was your first experience of coaching a female to stage? Very good, very good. I don't know if I can really elaborate on that. Like, I think people, I don't know, make it sound like it's so different to coaching males when it's not. Like the human body works exactly the
Yeah,
same
the
as just
process is still the process. You're
yeah,
listening to the client, looking at the visual, looking at how the client is, feeling how the client is, and having that communication. A prep is still a prep.
yeah,
There's going to be different challenges, of course, individually, male or female. Probably the only thing you really need to look at is just the female health system,
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
just got to take that into account and obviously the
Yeah.
intricacies of that. But no, to be fair, like I will say with Lisa, she absolutely smashed her prep and she didn't moan once. She was so positive throughout. I think she had two bad sessions in the whole of her prep, which was like 21 weeks.
There you go.
And she smashed in her reverse as well. So yeah, very, very good. Very good. Mate, my questions are shit this week. This is going to be we're going to have to ask ourselves some questions.
Yeah.
Actually, I have
What are
got
you
a question
doing?
for you. I have got
Go
a
on.
question for you. So I learnt this today. Um, in the terms of this universe, do you think human beings are closer to being the largest thing in the universe or the smallest thing?
When you say the largest, what do you mean by that?
Like the largest thing in the universe. So
What,
you
like,
could say like suns, solar system, planets, whatever. Do you think in size we're closer to the largest thing in the universe or the smallest thing in the universe?
smallest?
It's the largest.
Really?
It's the largest, yeah. Think how small atoms are. And when you go down to like quark, is it quarked or quark? I'm done. I'm done. Is this physics? Yes. It's like going into quantum physics. But then you go even further and you've got Planck measurements as well, which is like 10 to the minus like 33 or 35 meters, which is really, 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 really small. So we're closest to the largest thing in the universe than the smallest.
Wow. I would not have thought that. There you
Yeah.
go. There's some space knowledge and biology knowledge and physics knowledge with
There you
maths.
go. I can tell you another one as well if you want.
Go on, let's hit
Here's
me with
another.
some random facts.
What animal, this is up the question for you, what animal has the largest penis relative to its size of its body?
Me.
Brilliant. There we go.
Um, a whale, a donkey.
No. Donkey.
I'm gonna guess one more time. Is it a monkey?
Yeah.
Some sort of monkey.
It's a barnacle.
A barnacle.
Barnacle.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
call
So
Molly's dog barnacle.
there you go. Interesting facts with
There
mates
you go.
today.
Well, I'm glad I know that. I'll save those for pub quiz.
Yeah. You know the whale's penis size, don't you? Told you that before, so.
It's big. That's all I know. It's bigger than mine.
We were meant to be talking about bodybuilding, now we're going down a
Right,
different
let's
route.
have a serious question. I read this one earlier and it's quite good. From Rosh, obviously. What do you hope bodybuilding will give you in 20 years' time besides a great physique?
Hmm. That's a good question. Uh, just the same kind of consistency, I suppose.
Yeah,
I don't think I wouldn't make it materialistic
no. Mine
because I
would
think
just
that comes
be
as consistency.
good health. So
Yeah,
the actions that I'm doing now, like eating well, exercising, not abusing my body to some degree. I guess you could call bodybuilding a little bit of abuse of the body, but I want to be better off when I'm older, not worse off. So
yeah,
you see, obviously, some people when they're a little bit older, they haven't really looked after their body. I want to be able to be like, do you know what? I'm the way I am now because of how I looked after my body, and
yeah,
not one of these people that's like, obviously, anyone can get ill, anyone can get terminally ill, things like that. But I want my body to be a byproduct of what I've done for the last 10 plus years.
yeah. I think as well you're open to more knowledge about just health in general,
Yeah, exactly.
um, which I suppose will always help you out down the long run.
Yeah, and yeah, just the lifestyle that it gives you, like you're going to be more active probably forever. I don't really see any time where I'm like, I'm just going to get really out of shape all of a sudden. Like it's just
Yeah.
not in my mind. So yeah, from a health standpoint, that, but obviously from a physical standpoint, it'd be pretty cool to be like 50 years old and still look pretty good.
Yeah, be jacked.
Yeah, but like, oh, that's that 50-year-old guy that looks jacked in the gym still. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Would you say, like, from a consistency standpoint as well, like bodybuilding can continue to give you that and the direction it gives you?
Yeah,
Like, I
like
think,
routine and structure to my day, to my
yeah,
eating habits. Yeah, like it does save you a lot of time thinking as well because I don't have to wake up every morning and be like, oh, what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do? Like my day's kind of already planned out based off my habits anyway. So
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
know.
I was talking to someone at work actually, and they were talking about like their food shopping and stuff like that. And I was like, mate, I don't know. I generally don't know how you do it. Like, it would stress me out thinking about what I'm gonna eat every single day.
Yeah, I literally had the same conversation with someone. Like I took my bag into the office and it was like, oh, what have you got there? It was the same as yesterday, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, I eat the same thing every day. They're like,
Yeah,
why'd you do that? It's like, because it's easy. When
yeah,
I go to the shops, I haven't got to think about what I'm buying. The
yeah.
list stays the same every week. It's just whether I need it or not.
Yeah, it's mad. It's like when we do a Tesco order, all our favourites are basically just the meals that we prep. So we just click all our favourites and then that's it. Like,
It's just so much easier. Like, imagine going to a supermarket and be like, oh, what do we fancy for dinner tomorrow?
I'd hate that.
It would drive me insane. It's bad
Yeah.
enough picking what supermarket I want to go to.
Yeah, literally. I couldn't imagine like thinking, oh, what am I going to eat on Wednesday and then trying to like figure out a meal plan of it. It'd drive me, yeah, it'd drive me insane. I need that structure, I think. I need that kind of routine.
Yeah, it's mince and rice, mince and potatoes, chicken and rice, or chicken and potatoes. That is my two of my meals every single day.
Yeah. Or cream of rice.
Now, I've not had cream rice for a while.
Have you not had cream? I thought you were in a little bit of a cream of rice phase.
Yeah, I've gone off it again. It just tastes like sand.
You make it so poorly, bro. Like, my cream of rice never tastes like sand, ever.
It's, I don't know, there is texture to it, but it's just not enough. Like oats it's like a nice pudding kind of texture. Cream of rice, I don't know. It's just
Have you tried mixing them?
so it's so artificial. That's what I don't like about it.
No, give me all those sweeteners, boy.
I mean, you can have it if you want.
No, I've been having the I don't know, the new Trained by JP caramel biscuit cream rice, and to be fair, that is pretty decent.
Hey, what I am gonna order the new Perform flavor.
Ah, you can get it at Supplement Supply
What
UK.
code can we use, Max?
Code WP10 at checkout.
There we go. God, I need to get a sponsor. Maybe when I start training like a bodybuilder again, I'll badge up some supplement companies, but sponsor me.
Sponsor me, bro. To be fair, didn't you have a sample of it?
Yes, and it was my favorite one,
I
and
was
they chose
what
it.
out of the samples are just like
Yeah,
in general one of your
yeah.
favourites.
Out of the new ones that they were going to pick for the new flavors, because I just found the other ones just tasted like all the other ones. Like there was
Yeah,
two cinnamon ones, a chocolate one, and I can't remember what the other one was. But there's already two cinnamon flavors, as far as I'm aware.
yeah. They do have a lot of flavours. Sometimes now when I look at like the website, I'm like, what the fuck do I order?
Yeah,
So I
that's
end
why.
up just ordering what I had before because I'm like,
Yeah,
"Eh,
yeah. I've had sticky toffee pudding for the last God knows how long.
that is goated though.
Probably since it come out, and then
Yeah,
before that, it was salted caramel for like 3 years.
yeah. To be fair, sticky toffee pudding is by far like top tier perform flavour. I
It's
think
so
they've absolutely nailed that one. Even though it doesn't taste like sticky toffee pudding, they've nailed it.
yeah, it's just good.
It is. It does taste good. I think it just tastes like a better salted caramel
Yeah, I agree.
or like a toffee salted caramel. That's what it tastes like.
The sticky toffee pudding.
Sticky toffee pudding, maybe. Maybe in your oats as well. It's proper pudding. That's why you have it.
Exactly, exactly. They know it's cream of rice.
Lovely cream rice. Ever thought about? Oh, I'm not Rosh. I'm not reading that. Do you know what? I actually outed Rosh to Josh Croggan and Tom Stockton on the
Why?
weekend. Weird coincidence. We were all in McDonald's together.
Okay.
Kate had to get McDonald's, so we walked in there. They're in there. We were just chatting a bit, and then yeah, I outed Rosh into them. So they now have some deadly facts against the Rosh dog that
Yeah,
hopefully they'll bring up on the podcast because he needs exposing.
nice. I haven't watched that podcast in a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
to be fair, I watched it the other day and I was like, oh, Roshan's asked the same question that he's asked us, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm just gonna out him when I see him. So
Yeah.
He just got outed.
Yeah. Well, hopefully our podcast is the religious kind of standard that I used to listen to their podcast during prep. Like every single week without fail, I'd be like, let's listen to their podcast. Hopefully people listen to us like that
Yeah, that'd be
and
cool.
don't just ask questions and then don't listen to it.
Yeah, I highly doubt people ask questions and then don't listen. It'd be like,
You never know. You
yeah,
never know.
true, true. If anyone's in prep right now and you do listen and you listen on a regular basis, drop a comment below because it'd be interesting to know who's actually like tuning in on a weekly basis
Yeah.
when they're in contest prep. Because I know when I was in prep last year, I was listening to a lot more podcasts
Yeah. It's
than I
kind of
do
one of
now.
those prep things that you do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Trying
kind
to
of
find something to fill the time with.
yeah, it's kind of crazy though how much you like immerse yourself even more in bodybuilding though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Like I
even
remember
like outside the gym, you're still listening to bodybuilding content
Yeah,
more than you
I
would in
remember
prep.
on my YouTube, all I used to watch was bodybuilding stuff, like
Yeah,
people on prep and training. And then as soon as prep ended, I just unsubscribed from them all because I wasn't interested anymore. I don't know
yeah.
what it is, something about watching other people suffer just as much as I'm suffering. It was a bit of a weird one.
It is, yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Because I'm like, I still had that little bit of a phase when I came out of prep, like the post-show phase, and then my YouTube algorithm kind of went back to what it was prior to prep, which is just basically football stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, now it's just like football podcasts and things like that.
Um, what is one habit that all clients have or you drill into them to have a successful journey?
Routine,
Yeah,
structure.
yeah, I was about to say time management, structure.
Yeah,
The biggest thing that I get is I don't have time. And then when you dig a little bit deeper, everyone's got time. It's just whether you want it or not.
yeah. I literally made a routine planner on my sheets to
Yeah,
work around this issue because when people were saying they don't have time to do X, Y, Z, I was like, right, well, show me your routine then. So I literally made like a routine planner and I was like, put your routine in and I'll break down your routine. And when you broke it down, it was kind of like, you could probably do it here, 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 here.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what's
Sometimes
what,
it's just having that thing of you need to make the person realize that there is time. They probably have convinced themselves that they don't have time.
yeah,
And sometimes you just need to like kind of put a mirror in front of them and be like, actually, this is where you could be doing X, Y, Z. Is it steps? Is it cardio? Is it meal prep time? There's always time for it. And sometimes you do have to kind of dig a little bit deeper and find out what time they're getting up. Are they snoozing their alarm? Are they going to bed late? Are they scrolling on their phone? Are they sitting on the sofa for too long? Like probably some things that they don't want to admit to, but sometimes you do have to dig a little bit deeper because guess what? As a coach, to get them to their result and they've come to you to get a result, you need to kind of go a bit further with it. So yeah, biggest thing will be structure, routine, time management. I guess it all falls under the same one, but because that is the biggest barrier when someone's like, "Oh, I can't do this because of time," it's like, well, then we're not going to get anywhere if it's that is the reason. So we need to fix that.
yeah, yeah. What was the question? Like a habit you get
You
clients
habit
to
that you drill into your clients or get them to do.
patience as well.
Yeah,
That's another thing. I think when I've a lot of my inquiries are for competitors who already compete or people who want to compete, and a lot of the time it's like you've got to be honest as a coach and say, look, what is your goal? Like if your goal is to step on stage, cool, we can do that. But
it's
if your
like that.
goal,
Yeah,
yeah, we can do it. Like we can start now. But like the thing is like if your goal is to be competitive, that might take X amount of time, and you've got to be patient with that.
yeah. It's
Um,
just setting realistic expectations for the person.
yeah, like
They're like,
the
oh,
amount
I
of
want to
times,
drop 20 kilos. Can I do it by this time? It's just like, well, no, not really.
yeah. Yeah. To be fair though, I had a client sign up with me the other day, and he was like, "Going on holiday in 7 weeks. Do you reckon you can get me abs?" And I was like, "It's going to be a push."
Yeah, you're not gonna like it, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you know like this sounds really bad, but like my ego kind of takes over a little bit, and I'm like, "I could do it. I can coach you for that."
How can I push the person? But then it's not what you can do to get the client there, is can the client do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
He's not on bin status, by the way.
yeah,
I'm doing
because
bin
for
status.
example, there's sometimes when obviously people sign up, there is that sometimes a little bit of a lag to get them into the routine of things and get them to
It's a
understand that.
teething, yeah, like
Yeah,
teething time.
and sometimes they're like, yeah, we can do it in this time frame, but are you going to be as close to 100% from the start?
Yeah,
Some people, there is a little bit of resistance to it, and they're like, oh, not quite getting to the routine of it yet. So you have to factor that in as well as a coach. Like, is this person already very clued up on how to track? They've got good structure, good routine, they know how to train, etc. Or is it someone that's coming from a slightly different background? And you kind of have to factor that in as well. I think a lot of people or coaches will look like, oh yeah, I can do that with every single client. You can't because
No,
every single client's different.
no, no. Luckily enough, this guy's been training for years and
Yeah.
been on a
So
meal
you
plan and
can
stuff.
just
So I
like,
was
if
like,
you need to,
yeah, I was
just
like, yeah,
push him.
yeah, we can do this. But yeah, I think patience is a great attribute to kind of push towards clients. I wouldn't, I very rarely, like, even if people come to me and they're in prep, I'm like, then it's kind of a different scenario, right? Because then my reputation's a little bit on the line when it comes to that, and you're kind of are representing me.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like I very rarely take over people's preps. I'd rather them just do it the following year.
Yeah.
So that has happened before. But also I've had people come to me like the amount of times I probably had a good few clients come to me and say, "Oh, I want to compete this year." They've started signed up on like January or February, and they will go, "I want to do this, this, this. I want to be winning shows." And I'm like, "Mate, you're not going to be winning shows." And I have to kind of clearly say that to them on a consult call, and I'm like, "You're not at the point." And then I have to like show them examples of previous years of people who would be in their class. I'm like, "You need time," and then they just end up going sign up with someone else, and someone else has obviously told them, "Yeah, we can do that, mate." And
Yeah,
it's
we'll
just
get you on stage, you'll be competitive, and then they don't place.
yeah, and it's like if your goal is winning shows and you're not up there, and a coach has told you you'll be up there winning shows,
Yeah.
either they don't know the standard or they've just put you on board to just get you on
Yeah.
stage.
There's a difference between a potential client or client coming to you and be like, I just want to compete. I don't care what I look like. I just want to compete. And that's fine. Like, if someone wants to do that. But they also then need to understand that you might not be competitive.
Yeah,
You might just want to go on
I
stage.
mean, look, Will's an example of this, right? Like this prep this year. Obviously, we didn't know how competitive he would be until he actually stood on stage,
Yeah.
right? But the prep wasn't about him winning shows. The prep was to show him what he was capable of when
Yeah.
he sets his mind to something for a long period of time. And to be honest, I think this prep has done it's exposed him to be like, oh shit, like I can actually really give this bodybuilding thing a go, and I am
Yeah.
a lot better than what I thought I was in terms of I can do more than what I thought I could do. It's that self belief
Yeah.
that I needed to get into him because sometimes he lost that like self belief. He kind of dug himself in a hole and thought, I'm no good at this, and then it kind of in recent years has resulted in yo-yoing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this prep and what it seems like now, even whilst he's ill, he's like, no, I'm still sticking to my diet. I'm sticking to this reverse, which is obviously difficult, right? Because he wanted to do the show.
Yeah.
He's had that illness. That would be very easy to just spiral from there and feel sorry for yourself, eat off plan.
Yeah.
Your reverse is then, you're setting yourself back for the reverse. But for him, it's like, right, no, we're going to install self belief through a prep, and we've done that. So
Yeah.
sometimes it can be different, right? But yeah, if
Yeah.
someone comes to you and saying, I want to be competitive, like Tom, for example, he came to me and he was like, I want to be competitive. And I was like, well, you're not competing this year. We'll compete next year. And that was 2022.
Yeah.
The following year, he didn't place outside the top five in any of the shows he done. So it's being patient, right?
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Um, I'm actually out of questions. That is, well, because I can't read one of
Yeah,
them.
there's one of them that's borderline.
It's Rosh Dog's questions, man, are just
Yeah.
awful, aren't they?
Um, so yeah, I think that's me.
What's your worst coaching experience? Like let's say like the I don't know worst experience you've had with someone or with a client or whatever. Like
I mean, we can go into business partners, but
I will stay away from that. I purposely avoided saying that.
my worst experience is more so like it's happened maybe 2 or 3 times where someone signed up, seems to be pretty good. You have initial good communication, have a call. As soon as day one comes, they disappear off the face of the earth
Yeah.
for weeks, months, whatever it is, and don't contact you at all. Why would you do that?
Why would you pay as well and then just do that?
Yeah. So it gets to the point where you're like, well, cancel the direct debit because I
Yeah.
don't want you. I could just be selfish and just keep taking your money, but it's one of those things like, what are you doing? Like, genuinely.
I'll tell you mine. Mine's a little bit like that. So I was coaching this guy for um probably about 2 months in total. But so I was coaching him for a month. He wanted to get in shape for a holiday. Anyway, I did his week 4 check in. So he checked in. I responded for his check-in, and then he said, "Sound mate, gonna obviously implement what we need to do, etc., etc." Then I get a notification, payment cancelled, right? So I was like, okay, something's a bit weird here because he's obviously just communicated me, but he's happy with things how the things are going. So I
Yeah.
messaged him. He was like, oh, "I've got the holidays paid for, so I thought I'd just cancel it." I was like, "So you don't want the coaching then?" And he was like, "No, I still want to be coached." I'm like, "It's not how this thing works,
Mm.
mate."
Yeah. You pay, you get service. No
Yeah,
pay, no service.
I think he thought, like, from like the conversations I've had with it got to a point where I just sacked him off anyway.
Yeah.
But I think he thought if he just cancelled it in the background on his end, then I wouldn't get notified and I'd just continue coaching him. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
I've got those gates on my end to know when
Yeah.
payments get cancelled.
That's not
Pretty
the one.
snidey, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's not the sort of person you'd want
No,
on your team anyway. So
no.
it's
It's weird though because you obviously you don't know until you work with the people, right? So it's then you work with them, you kind of get an idea what they're like and everything like that and how
yeah,
they're going to progress.
yeah.
So
Like my biggest gripe with just the coaching industry in general and just people signing up or whatever is them saying that they want result X and they don't do anything in their power to get there.
yeah,
Or the moment that you tell them what it's going to take, they're like, "No, I can't do it." But you don't clearly don't want what you keep saying you want then.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it drives me
It's
insane.
it's kind of like all bark but no bite, right? Like when it
Yeah,
actually comes down to applying these things to get where you want to go, you just can't do it.
yeah. It's like you start telling them the reality of what you're going to need to do to get there by X time frame as well. They're like, "Oh no, I can't do that." So, like, well, we're not doing that then.
Yeah, yeah. It's like this kind of doesn't add up now, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
But,
Should we
I'm
wrap
not.
up there then? I
Like,
haven't got any more questions. We need to get more questions in, people. I think maybe today, Friday, the 5th of June, is not a great day for questions, but yeah, get your questions in next time. And thank you everyone for listening. If you made it to the end, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Cheers.